Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
And a very good evening to you, and welcome to Drama Friday. It's actually a special, and yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna shoot the shite, and we're going to put a few people in their places. Isn't that right, Kalari?
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
sweetie.
I am doing a lot better. I took some time to disconnect, relax, because like I said, everything I've been shown and seen the last couple of days, I'm not going to try to win over the court of public opinion, but I am going to get my story out. And then whenever anybody tries to ask me, I'm just going to link this live stream because I really want to be done with all of this, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, Edna, how you doing, darling?
Hey.
Hey, I'm doing well. I just came from visiting with my grandma, so I'm feeling great.
Was she on her
Yeah.
best behavior today?
Never. It's so funny because my aunt was like, you know what, grandma, I think she has dementia because she be forgetting stuff. And I'm thinking, not my grandma. Like, who's she talking about?
Yeah, don't tell me that.
This woman
Yeah.
at 95, her brain is like her mind is as sharp as mine, if not sharper. And it was kind of funny because we were going to Bible study, and the leader of the Bible study doesn't know what he's talking about. So she was telling me all about that, and at the end, I was like, "What is she talking about? You not, remembering things, Grandma?" And I was like, "I know, I don't pay her no mind," and we just laughed. It was so funny.
She sounds really cute, actually.
Oh, she's
Anyway.
adorable.
Hopefully Bridge will be on at some point. I know she's always running around, but I'm sure she'll pop up eventually. So let's say hi to chat. Apologies to everybody that thought I was going live an hour earlier. I wasn't.
It's okay. I scrambled to get dinner done for kiddo and get the cats feeded, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna kick back for a bit.
I'm sorry. Edna knows what I'm like. she Instagrammed me and went, Jan, are you sure you've got the right time up there? Should it be 10:30? And I was like, oh, no, I've done that wrong again. And I don't know. I can't tell the, what is it, 24-hour clock? I can't tell that. So we've got to say hi to Sasha and King Lo. Lovely to see you again. Funky NASA and Tragically Delicious. Lovely to see you all in the chat. And we've got High Groceries in, and we've got someone called Gator. Hey. Well, as I said, it's going to be a slightly different Drama Friday. Yeah, we're going to talk drama for sure. So it had to be on Friday. Yeah. But it's a special one because we're going to be looking at some of these people that are out here kicking up a stink about just other people's perception on what's going on. And this is what has gone on. And this is something that happens an awful lot in girl world. And, you know, I personally had a taste of it. And so many other people have had a taste of it. And I think it's time some of us just decided enough already. I'm sick and tired of these people that are on the screen here targeting other creators. It's totally unfair, and it actually is against terms of service, because what they're actually doing is targeted harassment. That's what it is at the moment. So I've got a few things lined up for us to watch, just for those that aren't familiar with these people. But if we start with this one here, the slow one, we know what he's about. We know. And we've also got next to him, we've got the Wicked Witch of the Attic. We've got Peanut, who's stuck her nose into it. We've got Yabba. We've got the very wonderful Negs. And we've got underneath that these two.
Yeah.
These two racist piece of shites. On the left-hand side, we've got FFG. All I can say to her and also to Sam is shame on you. Shame on you for not standing up for what's right and what's wrong, because they are very instrumental in this, in that they have not called a halt to it. They haven't said, leave this woman alone or anything like that. They're the two that have got the biggest platforms. And in speaking out and saying, enough already, they've gone along with it.
Honestly, though, Jan, I didn't even want them to do that much, because after I was shown stuff, I knew a lot of it was lies. So I figured that if they weren't even going to say anything, which honestly, don't throw grease on a hot fire anyway, or water on a hot fire anyway. Grease fire. I'm trying to keep my thoughts together with this.
Yeah, I'm rolling with you, Kalara. You got it.
Yeah, at least don't go public trying to agree with the people that all of yous warned me we're going to do this, and make it seem like, well, we need more receipts, when you had ways to ask me for receipts and you didn't.
Yeah.
And I know that they'll say, well, we did a 2-hour live and we said maybe you should make a video. I made 3 videos. I was not going to dox my former neighbors. I wasn't going to dox doctors. I wasn't going to put my family under the bus. But all of this, you knew these people, because they were doing it to you, were liars. And the one thing I have to say is that there are a lot of people trying to judge my character after this, when none of you know me. I've only been in girl world 11 months. I was only in Yabba and Sam's for about 9, almost 10 months. And I wasn't expected a bunch of like, oh, don't talk about her. You could have just said nothing and then went to the emails and been like, look, this is a lot. We're dealing with our own stuff. What's true, what's not. And even if you had thought that what I could have given you wasn't enough, you could have been like, you know what, girl, We don't want this for you, but we can't have you in the communities. The way I found out both times, that was just, the FFG thing was bad enough, but I kind of knew that something like that could happen from stuff that I seen just being in the community. And I'm going to say right now, I'm not a victim.
No.
I don't want people running with that narrative or running with, oh, I'm calling these these technically 3 creators anything out of pocket. I am calling out what I've seen from what they put out about me. You can't say in one word, you don't know me, which is true. You know me as Kalari. Any email I did with you is strictly professional. And you know that, and I know that. There's not going to be any releasing of shit, because after this stream, I am done with this. I am done with a lot of these people. It is just eye-opening. But you say in one breath that you don't know me, right? And then another that you knew I was an animal exploiter, because I chose to use my Twitter platform over 2 years ago to try to help family members out who were struggling to keep a place that they didn't even want at the time. And I explained that several times. And I ignored the where's the animals, because it was clear I wasn't here for them. But I've seen enough that if anybody really wanted to go digging, because they're already lying, they moved the goalposts from the thing my husband's grandfather did on here, because they know there is documented things of the horses and stuff that his parents had to work hard to shift away because they could not handle what he was doing out here. So when that didn't pan out, you have all these little minions of these creators who I don't fuck with in the first place. A lot of them at the lower corner right there, coming at me saying they know me, which I don't know you. And I'm going to probably get to that in a little bit because I don't want to get too mad right now. But they couldn't find stuff that I didn't already have up there. So they started inventing stuff. I've heard shit like, you're running GoFundMe for Jesus. And if anybody knows me, I have said I walked away from the church at 18. I am not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. I do not even understand. And then come to find out, reading comprehension, because this is the same idiot who I used the community tab for, cutting her out because no free advertising, you snake. She took something that I had on my Facebook in 2017 about trying to help neighbors that I helped with immigration papers. I was feeling myself back then because I had helped them get their grandmother over. No, there was no money raised for helping get their grandmother over. They paid that out of pocket. What I did was I helped them fill out the forms with their son. I would tell the son, who can understand English, what to tell them, and they would translate to her in Bengali. We got through a ton of immigration paperwork, and we got her over here. And then 2016 was the year of hell. We had a then president that wanted to do a Muslim ban, and this then 70-year-old grandmother who only wanted to be there for the birth of the new baby got rounded up. Now, my brain thinking, I've got family and friends on Facebook, not my Twitter, which if I really wanted to run a scam, I would have just put that directly on Twitter. But it was 2017 and the world was kind of shit. So I don't even remember if I put it on Twitter. But let's get this straight, because the person who keeps attacking me like I did something personal to her used that as a gotcha to say I was raising money from Muslims. So let's get this right. I helped a Muslim family that had been my neighbors for 5 years, so close that my kid could sleep over their house. Their kids came over to my house. We were close-knit because they're townhouses, and they were sweet people, like the sweetest people you would ever meet. And when they asked for my help, and it wasn't the first time I helped with taxes, I helped with anything I could with them because they were nice people. The process, I thought maybe I could do this for a living, because then I was at least bilingual with knowing English and Spanish, but it wasn't going to happen. The post I made was because I thought they were going to have to fight to get their grandmother back. And I knew I would either have to donate it to the ACLU, which is in that tweet that person redlined. But nobody wants to read that because I'm already guilty in the court of public opinion. And to help me with work that I thought I could start. And then when I realized what it would take to do this for a living, considering that I was asked to move up to Michigan, and that was the plan for next year anyway, I was like, well, we can't do that. And unlike some people, why did you just delete the post? I didn't really need to. And if I had deleted the post, would it make a difference? Everybody assumes that I scammed Girl World. That is the only reason why I'm here tonight to say, no, I didn't, with plenty of proof. Because you're spreading a narrative that I could have debunked, but I have to be careful how I debunked it. Because, like I said, it's my story, but it's not my story alone. And I know these people go in real life. I've sat around for almost a year watching how the back and forth between people who don't even really know each other, but can't let words on the internet just be words. And to these bigger creators, because I'm not asking you to defend me at this point, I won't see it. I went into my socials because I tried to follow Girl World on Twitter. And I realized that I'm not going to see y'all like that because I do politics and news stuff on Twitter. I have 30K followers who follow me for my politics and social issue commentary. Nothing about Girl World. The few times I've tried to even integrate, nobody cares. They don't know this shit.
Yeah.
So when I say this to the big creators, you can take it how you are. You are at a point where you have communities that love and support you. I used to be one of them. As a fan, didn't know you from jump, only use your handles, but you have created a community that loves you and has your back. You need to stop letting what people say about you get you riled up. You got to stop this hall monitoring bullshit. Because I feel like from what people, and I know I got to take it allegedly, say that, well, this person didn't like you because you said, why are you being told as grown people where you can go? Who cares? As long as you're not talking shit about that creator, why are you hall monitoring where people go? That's just me. I am 47 years old. I already get chafed because everybody has been warning me, don't talk to this creator. Don't talk to. If I listened to everybody, I wouldn't talk to anybody. And I'm telling you right now, because of all this, the way I socialize and any creator I like is done for now. I need to just go back to silently supporting, watching, lurking, and just because I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what people think. Apparently, these people think I'm an animal exploiter. And then what really got me, fucked my head up, because if I had gone from Tuesday morning, what dropped Tuesday afternoon shouldn't happen. I took Monday off because another creator, I'm just going to use his name because he blocked me first and I don't even know how to respond to him. I respected you, James Brightman. And this is not to pick on your channel. I don't understand how you didn't calculate both the time difference from when you sent that DM to me, because I'm not going to show the DM. I don't understand why I need to. And it was Sunday. Sunday is my D&D day. And I know it was online on Twitter Saturday, and I chided myself about that because I tried to leave Saturday and Sunday alone for social media so I could detox. But Sunday, everybody knows, because I normally announce it, I am going to be out of commission for anything because I am playing D&D. The few times I've tried to play D&D and listen to people's lives, it wasn't fun because I'm trying to pay attention to what the guild's doing. So for him to send me something saying that I raise money for Muslims and then didn't even give me a chance to even respond to the DM, I don't even understand where in that post that person who swears she knows me and then acting like she has the moral high ground when she's literally the equivalent of the pick me. Where did it say that? Do you know how contentious in the time we are right now, considering what's going on in Gaza? For people to put that on my name, they knew what they were doing. And they know
You know what, Kalari? I
I
think these people are clueless. I think they're so stupid that they're not factoring in or considering any of that in.
at all.
They see somebody that they can kick while they're down, and they're just having fun jumping on you.
Well, they thought that was an easy target because I come correct. And that was all I expected out of this.
And they can't handle that, though, Kalari. They can't handle strong women, and I hate to say it as well, strong black women. They cannot handle it. And you know, that's what they do. It's like they all jump, they can't think for themselves.
No.
And it's like I've always said, I don't join groups, I don't join Discord. I remember Edna sending me a link when we first started chatting. Oh, Jan, do you want to come and join the Discord? And I was like, no, because I don't join groups.
I am terrible at Discord because I get anxiety because when I was writing the second book, which right now this is my focus. I got it finished. We're doing the rebacks. The editor sent it on Tuesday. Like I said, Tuesday was a good day. So I know these people think, oh, she must be like us. She must be, because you see me in different people's channel. Just be a little Miss Jenkins. But I can't do Discord like that because I get a lot of messages. I feel bad because I can't answer people back automatically. Sometimes it takes a while, and then I feel like an ass because I've left them on red for so long. But I just get in my head, and I don't need to feel like when I get on Discord, I am going to be pulled into stuff that I don't want to be a part of. I am team mind my business and mind the business that's paid you, because if you don't, that shit burns you, and you get burned anyway being associated with people, because all of this stems from me supporting creators that I didn't know them on a personal level. They never tried to sick me on anybody. I'm not trying to act like the victim. But when you call out my character the way that was done these last few days, I have a right to say, no, thank you. And for him to accuse me of raising money from Muslims when you are a learned man, sir, I adored your channel because you did the work that I had to get gastric bypass to lose the weight that I needed to when I was 500 pounds. So I don't know if you're just used to people trying to butter you up and compliment you, to stick the knife in the back. I don't know what I did for you to just flip out on me like that, but at least give a person a chance to answer, because I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. And I emailed you, but I don't want, and I'm not expecting anything back at this point. I unsubbed. My membership to you ended it on the 17th. I won't be looking back, because if that is how you want to come at me and not even let me say anything, okay, you judge me with the court of popular opinion, and now I don't need to see you anymore. I still think you're a talented person. I still don't even understand what set you off about a rumor, or maybe I didn't answer fast enough for you, but I don't need this.
No, nobody does. And I want to address someone called Gator. Let's not bring race into this. This has nothing to do with it.
You don't even have to worry about that right now, but I'm going to tell you, Gator, there is at least one person that I feel thought I was an easy target because of my race. It's not the people you think I'm going to say, because I will go on the record if they need me to say, if I felt that Frenchie or Yaba or even Sam, no matter how problematic they've been with other people, were racist, in spite me defending Shannon for that liking some stupid comment, I would not have been a part of their communities. Anybody who knows me, who knows how passionate I am about that stuff, knows I would not have been a part of their community. So please stop running interference for these people. Just let me tell my story. Nobody has to be in defense, because I've seen that shit in the Wellness Wednesday also. And I want to say it again. If you really had watched that video I did with the checklist, because I said it was not the exact checklist that the psychiatrist that I am dealing with used, I just wanted to show stuff that she had explained to me. Y'all keep moving the goalposts like I'm going to come out here fire and revealing stuff about your favorite creators. I don't know them like that.
Yeah.
So all
and Kalari,
you
need to stop jumping through hoops for these idiots, okay?
Exactly.
You're not an entertainer. You're not a dog jumping through hoops, okay?
And that's another thing, because I want anybody who
everything.
Says, I want anybody saying people owe me, they don't owe me nothing. I don't want to see anything. I just want to put it right here, because everybody's making it like I chase these people for clout. My channel blew up about 6 months ago in March when Foodie and that jester right there next to the witch decided that I would be an easy target. A lot of creators shouted me out. Nobody expected anything out of me. Did Alex and Shook reach out and say, hey, I shouted you out. Do you owe me now? No, because I don't do strings attached. I expect other creators to do strings attached at all.
I don't either. I
And
don't
if I
either.
can be 100%, if I really wanted Clout on YouTube, it's not going to be Girl World. It wasn't going to be it. I literally, one of my best newer videos was me covering What's the Dirt, because he was out of pocket. He got too comfortable in our culture. And with my knowledge of hip hop history, I had young people going, you should be doing this in your live streams. But it's a lot of work to keep up with that. And like I said, this was a year of fucking beefs. And I had already did a Saturday Night Live covering what I thought about the beefs. But to do that every day, like some of these young hustlers, I don't have the time for that. So while I was flattered, I can't make that the focus. I could give about an hour and a half to calling out Chantel and other stupid stuff I see and some fun stuff. But to really do something I'm passionate about, if I wanted to clout chase, I could have had Curtis King shout me out. I could have had the leader who I've been with him since he only had 100 fucking followers. I don't do stuff like that. I thought I was only going to get to 1K by the end of this year. I had bought 10 books to sign and give away because of that. I had to scramble and try to get some more. And I'm still fucked up because I was trying to get a big box so I could thank everybody who made this possible. But I'm a grifter. I'm a clout chaser. Some of y'all need a mirror to that.
Yeah.
Really need a mirror. Because
okay, let's look at some of these chats up here, because we've got a few people asking questions here, which is fair enough. As long as you show respect, then I'm happy for that. Kalari, you don't have to answer anything if you don't want to answer anything, because I think you've said enough, darling. I don't think you need to you need to answer people's questions about your personal information
at all. And that's another thing I had to weigh.
Who are they to even because who are they to even request that of you?
I know.
That's
but
what's
not only
disgusting to
that,
me. It's like they are nobody to sit up there and expect you to, like why are they so entitled to your information? It's one thing if you say, hey, listen, I'm an open book and this is what I want to share about X, Y, and Z, but to feel like you need to clear your name, absolutely not.
I'm not even going to try to clear my name because I've already been condemned.
No,
but I do want to say this much. When you go public calling somebody a danger to the community, because that fucking hurt more than anything else, because that was so unexpected. Tuesday, I was fine that morning. Everybody was worried because I didn't show up on Monday because I just needed to check out after what happened with James Brightman. I was just like, I need a break. So I come in on Tuesday, everybody's talking to me. I did not see anything indicating on Tuesday morning that anything was wrong. I get home, my homegirl is blowing my phone up saying, you gotta watch GP. You gotta watch G2. Please watch GP. And I was like, I'm tired. We have to do the windows. What did he say? She was like, no, you should just watch it because he was heated. And I was like, then I'm not watching it. I don't want to click on anything with my name right now. I am tired. And I'm so sorry to GP, because I thought when I seen the title that she had screenshotted that he was just starting stuff. And I full on apologize to you for thinking that. But I did not want to see anything with my name. I just needed a fucking break. And I did not believe at that time that I was kicked out of a group that just that morning were just like, hey, I'm glad you're in here.
It's like being back at school, isn't it? It's like being back at school. And you've upset somebody in English. So you go out like at playtime and nobody's playing with you.
And the way
because you've upset somebody. It's so
way
juvenile.
They tried to say that it was from the thing that happened in January, which wasn't just a 3-day thing, and Bridge did an amazing video about that. I just want to show the 2 bags that I got to take with me without doxing any of my stuff, because my levels have to be regulated from the hypocalcemia. This was an ongoing thing. And if I complained too much or if I showed too much, I would have been trauma dumping. If I put out too much information that could risk crazy people who like to go back 7 to 8 years into my business before I even knew what the fucking Girl World was, to dox people that have nothing to do with this because they don't like who I associate it with. So no, it wasn't a 3-day, just she pooped herself and other crass ass bullshit. This was my life.
So we've got somebody here. Listen, darling, you don't have to prove anything to us, right? You don't have to prove anything to the idiots in Girl World, okay? You don't have to. I'm telling you.
But I just, like I said, when I got called a danger because of a funder that I put up a video, because I knew back then I had 600 people who had followed me over from Twitter. And then the community tab post that I put, that all of that stuff is still up. What the fuck did that have to do with Girl World? Yes, I was in Frenchie's
They'll
group.
say
Yes, I was.
anything. They'll say anything to get to you. Listen, I shouldn't be around children. I've been told I shouldn't be around children. I'm a danger to children.
And these
trouble.
people act like
I just
they
ignore
filled my pockets, which was what was fucking me up. And like I said, in all those pictures, the only person that could say they knew me before Girl World is Peanut, or whatever the fuck she's calling herself now. Because back in the day, she was covering Creepshow art, just like I was covering Creepshow art. And I followed her on YouTube, I had followed her old Twitter account, and I had followed her on Twitch. And I tried to defend her when she went on another big creators thing and they were reaming her. But then when I found out that she was really trying to kiss up to them, I was like, I'm just going to quietly leave you alone. And I told a few people that was how I knew her. I don't know these people besides their commentary.
Well,
I don't know them on a personal level.
But you don't have to. And the thing is, I think if they realize that, if they had the mentality or the intellect to realize that just because one section of, you know, Girl World is saying this about somebody means it's absolutely true, that is rubbish.
Exactly.
So I want to address some of these. I'll give you plenty of time, Kalari, but I want to address some of these things that are coming up. So we are all vultures. I said, want to know how many GoFundMes I've had? 0. Well,
that means you don't have friends that could help you out. Sorry for you.
I've got an answer to that, because when my granddaughter, one of my granddaughters got cancer, okay, when she was 2.5, and myself and the family would travel to the hospital. It wasn't just around the corner. And we were spending a fortune to and froing. And it was the first time that I'd ever heard about this GoFundMe business. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to ask if somebody could just help us just for the car park fees or for the petrol. That's all I was asking for. And also I thought, if we got a little bit more, then I could give it to my daughter and say, look, you know, get something for the baby, blah, blah, blah. Do you know how much I got? Nothing. So stick that argument, we are vultures, up your arse.
No, she's been coming at me sideways about the foodie stuff. I know she's probably one of them people who champions
she's come to the wrong place today, because, you know,
my thing is, even if you want to say, what did I say about foodie, you can go back in my archives and understand that I have never called foodie to task for the PayPal thing. I didn't care. I don't care how people make their money. I'm not here. That would be hypocritical, but you're not here for that. You're just here to try to get me flustered about Chantal. I don't care about Chantal. I call Chantal's actions out. I don't know Chantal either. So I guess you'll get a pat on your head for her, but I don't care on that level. I've never called out Chantal for what the fuck she does with money. I've called Chantal out for lying about her health journeys, for her manipulative ways, and other things that have to do with what she's put on her channel. Whether it is the Julia stuff, whether it is the past stuff with cats and stuff. I don't care about her coins, but I did call her a broke bitch, and that's why she got mad at me. Yeah. Okay? Enough with the Chantal stuff. Y'all know I don't like her. So trying to defend her to me is like, what do you expect me to say? Oh, you're right about Chantal. No, you're not. I don't care for her. You're never going to change my mind about that, just like I probably won't change your mind about go and ride or die for her. So if that's what you want to keep doing, vultures, go ahead. I won't see it on my channel. So there you go.
Yeah. And I think it's gone beyond that. I think, you know, they're not coming for Kalari because of what she said about foodie. I mean, I've heard all the arguments. Oh, well, you know, Kalari's big, so how has she got the nerve to talk about big people? Because Kalari actually is trying to show that even though she may be big, she's trying to do something about it.
And I was way bigger.
Where's the argument there?
Yes.
So that is ridiculous. But what's happened now is these people here have taken it on themselves to come out with a whole load of BS in order to attack another creator. Now, Kalari has spoken very openly about mental health. Now, those of you that know me will know there's, several things that I can get very triggered about. And one of them is mental health, especially when I see somebody with mental health issues being attacked by vultures, because that's all they are.
And
They're
the thing
vultures.
the thing is with trying to attack me on that level, because I know I'm doing the right thing. I've got a solid support system and I'm in a good place. I ignored a lot of that. But telling people that, and I could tell they didn't watch the video that I did fully, because medical misinformation, where I started saying that mental health is a spectrum, that I am explaining my experience dealing with schizoaffective disorder and being told by a clinic psychiatrist what traits I have towards sociopath, because I wanted to share with people who just use that as a blanketed term that it really does exist. And when you're working with serious mental health issues, you're going to hear certain things if the person who's working with you cares, so that you can navigate this world. People see how friendly I was in these communities, in their chats and stuff, and think she must be like that in real life. And I wish. I'm not. I do not socialize the way normal people do, because people exhaust me. So I got my fill going into chats, talking to people, because it wasn't just highs and hellos. We would talk garden stuff. We would talk music. We would talk our cats and stuff. It was nice. And I will always be grateful for the 11 months that I had in FFG's community and the almost 10 months in the support group. But if it has to be over, it has to be over. I just don't appreciate being called out my character by people who I wasn't expecting you to defend me, but I wasn't expecting you to side with the people who you knew craft narratives against you, because I'm just an easy target.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. All it does is show their weakness. I had a similar thing happen to me when I was doxxed, and I was in the commentary thing then, community, and I used to be a mod in several of the chats, and I was quite well known over there. And then I had this fallout with a couple of people that used to go in there, and they started this hashtag ban Jan. They even did merch with ban Jan on it, and they did the most horrendous things on, and I tell you, I know Kalari, I know you like her, but one of the main ones was Eerie Pepperoni, and that group of people put me through hell. Okay, I'm not going through it all now, but they put me through hell.
And
now,
what I can say is I am sorry you went through that.
One of the things that hurt me the most was that I was a mod in, in this these creators live stream, and they were quite big, and I used to have a good laugh with them, and blah 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 blah. And this group of people started infiltrating the chat and saying, "Oh, well, why have you got Jan as a mod? You shouldn't have Jan as a mod. She's this. She hates babies. She hates this. She hates that." And in the end, they dropped me. They sent me a DM and said, "Oh, we're really sorry, but we can't handle, what's going on. So we're going to take you away." Do you know, that hurt me more than the crap that these people are coming out with, because when you feel that somebody actually understands you and knows the type of person that you really are, when they condone what the other person's doing, it's like a double kick in the teeth. It's like, I can't believe they did that. Where's your backbone? Where's your strength? Because I will always stand up for the underdog and for anybody that I see that's being bullied. And all I've seen over the past few months is these people on the screen here bullying you.
Well,
Now, we're going
I
to
will
look
say
at
this.
the type of people that they are. Okay. That's what I want to do, because these people have, you know, that they've got nothing to be proud of. So I think it's absolutely disgusting. And I just thought it was time we speak up. Okay. Are we going to make it into a racist thing? I'll leave that up to you. You decide.
I could say something about that. As Black women, we can't take our Blackness off when we come into any situation. It's
Mhm.
always a factor. The fact that you can negate, you can take race out of it, that shows your privilege because we can't. Just like we can't take out gender, or if you have a sexuality that's not the norm, or X, Y, and Z. You can't decide what you want to be when you want to be it.
I will say this, out of all the people in this picture, because I don't know these people on that level, there are only 3 that to me have confirmed being racist and bigoted.
Yeah.
The witch, her boyfriend, and these 2 are interchangeable to me. I'm not even gonna say their name. They're like Beetlejuice, Appalachia
Yeah.
accent, and whoever that guy is. Either
Yeah.
way, so technically 4. I honestly feel like people are gonna now use that against the communities that I enjoyed for almost a year. And this is why I said, if you had just come to me in private and said, this is a lot, just can you not show up in the channels? I know that that hurt you when that happened to you, Jan, but I would have preferred that over what happened than to act like telling a community that I'm a danger to them is acceptable in any way, because you gave these people who you know will use your stuff that shouldn't even be out there. And this is one
Exactly.
of the things that put a target on me, because I was heated about people using a story that should have never even seen light of day,
Yeah.
nevertheless be used as a gotcha.
Mhm.
And you gave them what they want, because even if I put on record that I don't think you or any of the people that I've distanced myself with are racist, you put out there that I'm a danger to the community when you didn't even know me on that level. And you did a 2-hour live stream, not even 2 weeks ago, that I gave up covering the VP debates for, sat in there with y'all as you debunked a lot of stuff that Clown was saying about me and the Appalachia woman. And I thought all was good because you could see they were lying about just basic ass shit.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
where did the jump go from, we know these people are liars, we warned you that they might do this to you, to I'm a danger to the community, but I don't want their answers. I'm going to say it again.
No.
I'm not doing this to victimize myself. I do not want to address this again after tonight. I do not want apologies, because I really won't see them. And it would just seem like people are trying to save face. I could never sit in those communities again. So those people who wanted that, they won. Because I would feel like an idiot trying to sit amongst people who that quickly turned on stuff that was none of their business in the first place.
Yeah.
And I wonder why they did that. Like, why was it
I
so
don't
easy to
know.
discard you?
Because it's a power move. It really, I
Yeah.
see it on Twitter all the time.
I would
I
never
don't have
do
no
that.
real ties to anybody in these communities. I just wanted to talk. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to call out the heifer.
Yeah.
And if anything, I've seen them do it to people they know now. So I knew I'd be an easy throwaway. I just thought that I had, at least from at least one of them, earned the right to hear it from them directly. But they made it public so that I guess they thought it would trap my hands or maybe make me come out of pocket. And I'm going to tell everybody, I don't have any DMs. I'm not here to expose people. I don't know these people on that level. I was a fan of what they put on YouTube. And I
Yeah.
know Girl World has had twists and turns and knife pulls and people getting information. I don't want to know people like that. I use your screen names and that's it. I don't even want to know your government names. And I heard enough government names just being a nosy bitch as it is. And I had to be like, I don't want to know that at all. I'm not doing anything with that because I don't want to know people on that level. And I know that that's not the standard for girl world, but I've said it since the beginning. I am not the standard of girl world.
I've seen people in chat talk about how they use their connections in, whatever job, like they have systems. Like somebody said their husband worked for the prison system, so they've looked people up that way. Like
That's crazy.
your hands are not clean. So for them to sit up here and like attack on you like that, like they're innocent, like they've
Like
never
I
done
did
anything.
anything personal to them. They took words on the internet to levels that is insane to me. So somebody doesn't like you, you have to dox them, you have to get information and then twist that information because I've left everything up there. But you want me to exhaust my energy counting it to people who was going to believe that about me anyway? No, thank you.
No, there's no point. There's no point.
All.
Right, let's move on a bit. Let's move on to here because I want to have a look and show people who these people are that I feel that are the real instigators. So apart from Foodie, I mean, she's obviously up there because she's having
even got any play.
She's having to have her little say-so about it. So apart from her, and I can't be bothered to go into her, I can't stand a woman, I'd rather not speak on her. But this is one of them that I feel is a definite instigator. And for people to believe what comes out of this cretin's mouth, then shame on you. That's all I can say. So I've got, I know, darling, I won't put it up for long. Okay. But I just want to make a few points here. Now, firstly, the first point we need to make is just how dense this person is. So we're going to play a little bit. Now, I want people that are questioning Kalari, a well-read, successful woman, against this idiot.
So I'm just saying, you're old as shit. And you don't even know nothing. You can't even pronounce Eminem. That's when you need to sit down.
What? So I didn't pronounce Eminem properly when I was talking about him. So this is this is his reaction to me not pronouncing one word properly when he can barely string a sentence together. So that's good one.
You know what I mean? Shit, Edna could have helped you. She didn't. Go ahead.
With when did Eminem come out? With all the white rappers coming out and using the word, but what they don't seem to.
Hold on, I'm gonna correct you right here, Jan Views, because Edna's so trash she didn't correct you. Eminem
Let
never
it be known that she wasn't incorrect.
No.
What, Edna?
I said, let it be known that you did not need correcting because you weren't incorrect.
Exactly. Yeah. GP actually was the one that showed. So,
yeah,
wow.
Exactly. But he's going to tell us. He's going to tell us. This intelligent man is going to tell us exactly where we've gone wrong.
Go ahead.
With when did Eminem come out? With all the white rappers coming out and using the word, but what they don't seem to.
Hold on, I'm gonna correct you right here, Jan Views, because Edna's so trash she didn't correct you. Eminem never said the N-word. No rapper, no white rapper in America has ever said the N-word. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just
Can anybody drop a name of a white rapper that's ever said the N-word?
Oh, there's plenty.
Go ahead. Yeah. There is none. Let me give you some. Let me give you some, because you like to speak American shit, but you don't know nothing. Eminem.
You're American that don't know nothing.
There's no white rapper that's ever said the N-word. They die.
That's it. I can't listen to any more of him. Now, another one that we need to look at, who is also pushing the narrative of how Kalari is a grifter and everything else, really pushing this narrative, is this person. I'm going to put it up here. I had to find the
I wonder if
video.
it's the person that says she knows me, which I don't know you, ma'am. I really don't. Like,
Yeah,
what?
we know which one, don't we?
Mhm.
And she's had an awful lot to say, not only about you, but also about me. So yeah, hang on a minute, where are we? Right. So what we're going to do, let's go into here. We're going to go into her on her ban evading platform. Let's remember
Oh,
ban
boy.
evading, guys.
The
So,
lady who lied about the car I own. She's
oh
ridiculous.
yeah, she lies
Ridiculous.
about everything, but then she lives with a liar. So what can one expect? But we'll get to him in a minute. So this is the one that I want to look at. Here we go. Oh, sorry about the adverts.
No, I do it too. Don't worry.
Right, the first one we want to get to is up here. Because one of the reasons this woman doesn't like me is because I tell her exactly who she is. Right, where are we? And she doesn't like it.
And all the merch and get into so much 30, 40 years ago. You want to hear more of the hits. I'm sorry, guys. Richard Butler.
Nobody's listening to you. You just go away. Right, I've lost the bit. What is it, 2? Why can't I find that bit then? Where is it?
Please. All right. It's good and it sounds like the Furs, but when we go to see you,
Yeah, this woman thinks she knows her music. Yeah, all right.
Lord.
sick of playing them. But just as a reminder,
Shut up.
Severn Bridges Road.
Shut
You want
up.
to hear the old stuff from the 70s and 80s. All right. We want to hear Boys of Summer. We want to hear all that.
Oh, no, we
And
don't.
then I changed my mind when I saw it was 2.5 hours, and I thought I don't on HBO and the latest. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you. Apparently, the docuseries did not.
Oh, why have I? Right,
I was
should
like,
go.
docuseries? Am I being accused of raising money for a docuseries now?
Oh,
Because I'm like, what
probably.
is going on?
Probably.
What?
I thought I was up here.
Of boomers and Xers in an audience.
Oh, shut up. She's so annoying. Right, okay, so we'll go up to, I can't find that with that particular one. So let's go to, right. So let's just remember, in case you've forgotten, this is a ban evading channel that she's on. So, yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, she said that she doesn't own the channel, so it's not ban
Yeah,
evading.
well, I think we can guess who owns it. I'll make 2 guesses. Carsten or D. That's who
I
I'm
don't
guessing.
really know who any of those people are. And like I said, I don't even know who she is really. I've
don't want
seen
to.
enough to not want to know who she is.
Yeah.
I know that in the drama community, making your name off of speculation and everything else, but I don't want to know these people on that level. They're
they're
talking about
vile.
me. I don't plan on talking about them. My
Yeah.
channel doesn't have to be about them at all. I don't care what they do. They're never going to be a focus for me. But
No.
they need me for views. So I love that for them.
Well, she's jumped about. She's jumped from creator to creator, trying to sort of, grab some kind of audience.
Yeah, and starting shit because she was in another creator who I like, who point blank said, I don't want to be in the middle of this. I will go where I want to go. Don't start that stuff. And it's just like, I don't understand why these people are trying to control other creators and who they can associate with on here. This is fucking childish. And she, amongst a lot of them, are way too old for this shit.
Exactly.
And she has little minions because I don't mean to be upset about this, but as somebody who had to deal with imposter syndrome when I released my first novel because I rushed it, and I know there were errors and mistakes and stuff, to have somebody that you knew I used to watch be a little minion for you and try to say I plagiarized my first work. Yeah, I'm over these people. I really am.
Yeah.
That's
I feel the same.
hybrid.
That's one of the reasons why I have Drama Friday.
Yeah.
Now, recently, Calorie, who is now being
You know how to
exposed
say my
and
name, you old
dragged.
bitty.
Exactly. I think they think that's funny. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's about as funny as your face.
From pillar to post over bankruptcies. Somebody discovered that she had taken out a mortgage at some point.
Now, what business does that? What business is that of hers?
I love that she can make stuff up because I've never filed bankruptcy. I don't like credit cards. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not a fan of them. So no, I've never filed bankruptcy. I don't know, but they lie about everything. But to say that they've got a mortgage in my name, okay.
She hasn't got a mortgage.
No,
she hasn't got a mortgage.
I got family that probably have mortgages, but I ain't got a mortgage in my name right now. My husband does.
But Kalari, it's nobody's business.
I know, but this is what they wanted to do to try to bait me. Be like, hey, if you want to see these papers, are you stupid?
Yeah.
No, I am not going to do that for you guys. I know you like to dox people. I know you like to pull innocent people into y'all's bullshit. No, thank you. Say what you want about me. It's coming from people I don't know, don't care about, that need to use my name to make their channels get views. I love that for you, old lady. I do.
Exactly. Let's jump up to
they erupt the temperature.
She's feeling herself too in that video. She cracks me up. Like a daggone caricature.
We're going to move on to the boyfriend in a minute. Oh my God. Oh, are we going to move on to him in a minute?
Hang on. And keep it moving with the latest running kit at Pro Direct Running from lightweight.
All those lady things that they kept from like the 1950s, 60s, and so on, that all smell like those sachets.
Is she talking about her wardrobe? Because why is she going these tangents?
She actually makes me cringe. She just makes my skin crawl. Right, now this is what she has to say about me. Now, she goes from that, okay, oh, nice, oh, yeah, oh, these lovely clothes, to this.
We would take a look at, well, you wouldn't know what it's like to have a mother that loves you either, Jan, right?
What?
You wouldn't know what that's like. You wouldn't know what that's like. So, I mean, no wonder you hang out in that corner too.
Wow. Piece of trash.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't need to say anything else about her. I don't need to listen to what she said. Just look at that face when she said that.
I think that shows I think it shows what kind of mother she had.
Exactly. No home training, first of all. Second of all, to say that to you was so out of... What did you do to these people besides call out their actions to where they have to do stuff like that? Yeah. This isn't a beef between people who actually know each other. This is just somebody who's already in a bad situation from everything I've learned, trying to put their manicness or hurt on the other people. This is how you can tell a lot of these people are not in good places.
Yeah.
Because they tried to go really low with that. And why would you do that? But she's supposed to be better than everybody. Talking about some bullshit that nobody wants to hear for hours on that. Get out of here.
I know. So we're not going to play anymore because she's shown herself up for exactly who she is. I'm not going to argue with her. I just think she's scum. And one of the reasons I think she's scum is because of the person that she now lives with. Okay, so remember this lovely, sweet old lady. And now have a look at who she lives with. And I think it will give you a better picture of who she is. So let's start with this. Okay. On him, and I can only refer to him as being a racist, slimy, uneducated, misogynistic piece of shit. That's what I think he is. If you've got anything to add to that, you're perfectly welcome to do. But first, let's just hear what he had to say.
Where you want back? So that will be tomorrow. Why don't you guys go ahead and start sending letters to the mayor's office, letting them know that their public event that is for people in the public, that people who are journalists and whatnot could cover, that Mino Negs is doing something that everybody else is allowed to do, but I shouldn't be allowed to because you look at me as everybody's nigger. You do.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Did you hear
because
that?
I was a part of Sam's channel, I had seen this and several others. She has creators that clip a lot of his nonsense, and I was glad for it because even though I don't think I would have even been anywhere around his circles, you just see just how he just skeeves me out. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to know these people on any level at all.
Well, I think if
And it's
anyone
like, are we
comes,
going to pretend that somebody that's just freely uses the word like that, that as a white man considers himself the N-word, or, this would just use it like that. You know that you're okay with that? There's no issue with that? But if
He
I say
doesn't
something
care.
about being treated as a black woman, that's bringing race into it. But
Yep.
him doing, whatever you want to call that we're not talking about race.
Honestly, from the patterns I see, people are trying to run interference because they thought I was going to come out and this creator's racist and that creator. I don't care on that level. There is only one creator right now because she has been knitting at me. She is the most biggest pick me. And no, it's not you still, Olaf. I don't care about you. She acts like a victim all the time. And the only reason I could piece together why she would even flipped so much of a script on me is because she knew after what she tried to do to another creator saying he was harassing her, and I watched her video and I was like, she showed no receipts of harassment. So I was like, I'm gonna distance myself from this person. I'd still follow them on social media, but I don't get girl stuff on there, so I didn't care. But I was like, I need to distance myself because we ran around a lot of the same circles, and I just didn't want to talk to them after that. But she's gone on the record to say she knows me. I don't know her, so I would love to know, did we go to school together? Did we work somewhere together? Because I don't know you. You are speaking on authority on somebody you don't know, and you act like I
We're
personally
strangers
did
on the
something to you.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't fall back on I'm just being like a journalist and you're a public figure. Your name's out there.
Where did
Yes,
you get
my
your
name is
journalism degree?
Exactly. My name is out there because I am an author now, but I don't know you. What the fuck, man? I can't even call it a parasocial relationship because we didn't know each other like that. I had enjoyed the videos. I defended that person once, but people were trying to use her past and other crap that shouldn't be an attack on a person. But I don't know this person like that. They don't know me like that. But if you go by her social media, she acts like she was like BFFs with me at one point, and I did her dirty. That's why I said this is a sickness. Because you will not get me out here. Oh, I'm going to explain. I'm not. And I swear to you, you could kick my ass if I tried to talk about any of these people after tonight, because this shit is madness to me.
Yeah.
I don't like somebody, they're blocked. I don't need to go back and forth with them. I do not want to give them the free advertising. I do not understand. People have talked about me all my life. I grew up fat and black in America. Come on now.
Right.
So if words on the internet would hurt me, what the fuck? No, I got a therapist, honey. I don't understand why these people.
You to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
you're
and
crying.
the fact that annoys me so much is like the gaslighting to say, oh no, we're not talking to you because of X, Y, and Z, or talking about you. It's like, what have you done that's so bad that you had to be disavowed? That's what's like. Timber still gets to shout out, happy birthday, Timber. She was able to come back into the community and grip the fucking top. But Kalari's the one that yes, and Kalari's the one that we have to hold her feet to the fire. She's it's ridiculous.
The only thing I can think of is I'm genuinely happy. I am, and that's why I don't have to give in to what I feel like they were trying to change my character to go see. She's just like us. She'll get into the mix. She'll get personal with people. I won't. I have a family that I love and want to protect. I have a career that I cherish. I have a life. And it might not seem like much to you because I'm a nerd, but I'm a happy nerd. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to apologize for that. I think it's insane to me that this is what people do with their time.
I know.
Yeah, it shows how much
shocked.
how much life that they don't have if they have this much energy to put into somebody that means so little to them.
Yeah. And that's the duality that boggles my mind. I'm a nobody, right? But I'm enough for you to
Mhm.
make constant streams, make up shit about, and constantly hammer me because of who I liked in Girl World. That is what that came down to. Who I liked in Girl World was enough for these people who I never knew, didn't want to know, for a lot of them, to come at me crazy. One lady did an
Mhm.
8-hour stream about me, all because when she tried to come at me about FFG, and yes, I know y'all can all say you told me so. I will accept that much. But I am of the mindset of if it happened before I knew people, let people show me
Mhm.
who they are. I feel it
Mhm.
empathizes people to constantly be in their ear to not let you get to know people. People will always show you who they are.
Yep.
But when you try to tell a person who is new to all of this, oh, you can't talk to this person. All the people that I currently enjoy have had me be warned about you, and it's a lot of envy because you just do what you do. So I don't understand why if you don't like somebody, you can't just leave them alone. I
Yeah.
know drama makes views,
Let me
but yeah, go ahead, Edna. I'm
I was just gonna
sorry.
say, let people enjoy who they enjoy for as long as they enjoy it. Like if that person's really that bad, they'll catch on eventually.
Yeah. But another thing is, if I really wanted to like be popular on drama, I could keep going back and forth with the clown jester because I could
Mhm.
definitely intellectually fucking stump him all the time. And I know that would be entertainment because that was a lot of what people were trying to do. Getting me and him constantly
Yeah.
back and forth fighting, but he gives me a headache.
Yeah.
I can't listen to him. And it's like GP said, if you don't like him, just leave him alone. And that's what I
Mhm.
started doing. I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with him. And I'm not trying to just be mean. He just, to my core, irks my soul, and I don't want no parts of him because this is how he gets his jollies. He likes to get a rise
Yeah.
out of people. He says the most stupid things confidently, and stupid people. I'm allergic to stupid people. Point
Yeah,
blank.
I'm the same actually. I don't suffer fools gladly at all. But I'm going to show a clip from this channel that I cannot stand, and everyone will be like, "Oh, Jan, you're looking at this one." But the reason I'm looking at this one is because once again, this shows you exactly who this man is.
Right.
And let's just remember, DC has chosen to spend the rest of her life with this person. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can get the time things right. Probably not. Do you know I spent ages doing this, guys? Right, so did we go? Let's do 44. Let's see. So this is when he was attacking Callie. Is that before your time, Clary?
Yeah, the only thing I know about her is that another creator who seems obviously obsessed with me, but says I'm nobody, the oxymoron. He harassed her, and I
Yeah.
found that out from the people that I used to enjoy. He is just like
Mhm.
psychotic when it comes to Black women on here,
Yeah.
and I say that with full conviction from everything I was shown about him.
Yeah. Right, so this is Callie. Now, Callie was very over the top. I was never really, it's true, it sounds silly to say, oh, I'm a fan, especially at my age, but I did used to watch her sometimes, but she was a bit over the top, even for me. But as you say, there were a few people that really came for her, and one of them was Gigi, who was in that picture,
Beetlejuice,
and
as I call him.
yeah, and also Hillbilly Belinda. I think we can guess why, and also Negs. So
Yeah.
I think he used
Trifecta
to
of terrible.
show himself completely. He was totally transparent as regards his racism when he was coming for Callie. So I want to play a few bits from here.
There is no bigoted attacks. There is no racism.
Listen.
If people want to make fun of each other over stereotypes, I don't give a fuck. But you're not a victim of
course, you're
racism. You're not a
white.
victim of real racism. As you said this, you sat in one of the safest cities in the United States. You did.
What
You
made
were
it
sitting in
seem
one of the
like
whitest and richest and
Ooh.
safest cities. in the United
So you always bring that up, but where you live is pretty fucking white, and it's not too safe. There's drugs, there's death,
Right.
there's crime. Why is that, Eggs? Why is
Yeah,
that?
like you can bring up, and this is the problem. Like you can bring up the fact that it's one of the safest cities, but the fact that it's predominantly white has fuck all to do with it.
Yeah, it might
You
have
go
to do with
like
the income.
Buckhead in Atlanta. I think Buckhead is pretty safe.
I just have to stop here because I've just looked at the chat. What's going on, Pix? Mo, can you see what's going on here? Is someone picking on somebody? Because I won't have it. I won't have it in my chat.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand. I know that Pix has been dealing with people making sock accounts, people thinking that she's doing stuff that she didn't do. And
Right.
we just want this to stop, y'all.
Right. So
I
can
don't
we tell me
get it.
who it is, please? Because I won't have it. This is a safe space over here. Yeah, and you can call it hug box as much as you like. I don't give a toss. I don't like bullies. So if you've come in here just to attack somebody else, you can piss right off. Okay, so please give me a name.
I just really don't even understand, because if this is who I think it is, I didn't think that you were like this, because you're another one who's like everywhere. Like I'm not saying I was everywhere in girl world, but you're another person I know. I don't understand why people are doing this to other people. Can we please just stop this?
I'm sorry, Pix. I didn't notice. I think Edna's probably spaced out over there.
Oh, I just put them in time.
I've just blocked her. Yeah, I've just blocked her. But
okay.
yeah,
I just put them in timeout.
Listen, I don't run my chat as a form of arena. Okay.
And that, before you say anything else, because that really touches upon what that person that did the 8-hour stream, because I already said their name and they're another Beetlejuice. When I make it clear that when I'm in somebody's channel, I want to enjoy their channel, I want to stay on topic with their channel, and you're coming at me because you're mad at somebody that I liked and supported, I am going to tell you to leave me alone. If you keep coming at me in comment sections about it, I am going to block you, and that is what I did to you. I do not understand why you can't, as an adult, get that this woman doesn't want to deal with you. You are never going to make me respond to you the way you want me to respond. And there are too many people doing that. I don't understand it.
I'm sorry, Pix. If I'd have seen it earlier, then I would have said something, because I just not going to run my channel like it. You know, I'm not in girl world. I'm very much a lone wolf. I surround myself with people. I don't really surround myself, but I have friends like Edna and Bridget that I trust implicitly, and I'd also like to add Kalari to that list. And if you come on to my chat, and if you're in my chat or if you're on my panel, I will not accept anyone attacking you in any shape or form. And so if people don't understand that, then it's tough.
Pix is such a sweet person, and that's why I don't understand why this keeps going on. Nobody in this sphere is under the age of, some of them are older than me, even acting like this, and it's got to stop. It really does.
I was listening.
The state of our mental health. Like these people need help, and we don't have it.
I was listening. Yeah, exactly. Don't come here to fight. You know, we've got a lot to say, and quite understandably, because one of our own is being attacked. And I, for one, will not stand for it.
And it's a coordinated attack by people that don't know me. I don't know them. And I really feel like they're trying to turn me into them, and it's going to be a fail. Because like I said, I'm good. But the point they were trying to make about Callie, because I really don't know her, it was before my time. I keep having to remind people, I am in Girl World officially a year in November. So no, I do not know a lot of these older creators like that. I've heard things from the people that I used to be in their community, But no, I don't know her on a personal level. But to assume that because somebody lives in a good neighborhood, that means they're safe from racism and violence. Ask that to Almond Arbery.
It probably makes it
Who was
even
just
worse.
jogging in his neighborhood and got gunned down. So it irks me. Yeah.
It's such a ridiculous thing to say, but this is the kind of thing that he used to say a lot. Now,
I can imagine.
when DC talks about it, it was like, oh, well, he wasn't in a good place. He wasn't in a good place when he said that. Listen, I suffer with my mental health sometimes. Kalari does. Edna does. We all do, right? But we don't turn into something that we're not. I don't suddenly turn into a racist.
Nope.
I don't suddenly turn into something that I am not. So
mental
to
health
use
is
that as
not
an
a shield
excuse,
for bad behavior.
yes, exactly. So let's hear what else he says. Did Nixon? No. Well, I heard a rumor. I heard a
wouldn't
rumor,
know.
but I don't know. I don't care, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really don't care. And Pix, I want you to know that you are welcome over here. Okay?
Yes, dear.
If you've got a mind of your own, and you know, even if you disagree with me sometimes, I really don't mind.
Pix is the sweetest person. We've been teaming up to do the Bonnet Chronicles and talk politics and news and stuff. And then we're trying to launch our own little cast as well, because we like talking geeky stuff and things too. So I
Good
don't
idea.
understand the attacks on her, but no. Just
People
leave her
attack
alone.
people attack because of association. Look at
Yeah.
Edna, the sweetest person online, and how she's suddenly, I mean, a lot of people did fight for her, you know, in her defense,
Yeah.
but she's gradually been dragged over to the dark side because she associates with me.
My
We've been
thing
doing
is,
live streams for over a year.
yeah, people take Edna's silence and just letting people show her who they are as a weakness, and they want to try to change her spirit, and she's not for that.
Yeah.
I get that just observing you, Edna. You're not going to let these people tell you who you are. So let them talk. As long as they don't go too far, they're talking about you. You ain't talking about them. It's ridiculous. And I see that pattern all the time. They want to bring you down to their level because they see that you are above their level, point blank.
I just think it's hilarious because, like, I literally have no content.
No,
So,
and
you
you
know,
don't
it's like their
start with
argument
people.
is yeah, but that's their whole argument, right? It's like you put out this negative content that's so hypocritical, X, Y, and Z. So, what's your excuse for trying to pull me into it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And they've even gone so far as to say, oh, you know, Edna's scared of Jan, you know, Edna's scared of Jan and Bridget. And, you know, this, and I'm like, what?
They tried that with me when I did that fit bong, explaining what I felt you were getting at with that topic that I really don't want to bring up again because that was fucking stupid too.
Yeah, okay.
They discounted your
point,
experience. They discounted your point of view because everybody thinks that everybody has to just be on the same page all the time.
Yeah.
And this is why I don't gel well with society. Because when you tell me that you can only agree with everybody completely 100% agrees with you all the time, you're too rigid for my standards. I don't
Well, and
need
also
that.
in my culture, we respect our elders. So I
Same.
wouldn't sit up here and like attack Jan publicly anyway. Like if I had
No.
something to say to Jan that I thought was, you know, appropriate X, Y, and Z, like I know how to reach out to her.
And let me tell you something. People act like Jan won't take any pushback. We had a great conversation about sex workers. We all shared our point of view. We weren't yelling at each other. We had different perspectives. So when people think that you can get more screaming at each other, no, you can't. That's why I like Hannibal's panels too, because we don't scream at each other. And we've had a lot of good conversations about different things in socioeconomic stuff, different things about locales, different things just in general. Because it is more fun to have panels where you can talk with each other than screaming at each other. For me, I can't even sit through screaming at each other panels.
Or have you seen I've been on a couple of those, Kalari.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. And I wonder if I've got something to say, I'm gonna jolly well say it, whether you're screaming at me or not. I've panelled with Hussey in the past. Well, that was delightful. And I've panelled with did I go on GPs or Hannibal's? I can't remember. And they kicked me off because people don't like the truth. And, I do say the truth. Okay, it might only be my truth, but I can only give my truth, and if you disagree with it, then say you disagree with it, but don't scream at me about, and start calling me names because I don't play those sort of games.
And my thing is with GP, I enjoy his channel. I'm not going to act like I don't. Sometimes I'll put him on in the background while I'm doing edits and stuff, but he can be a bit much for me. I don't like feeling like I'm being yelled at, and it's not his fault. He don't know my background like that, just like I don't know his background. I do not enjoy being screamed at all.
No.
And I do not like when somebody tells me to shut the fuck up. I know he was trying to be his way because I know a lot of people got frustrated because I did not know that these people were saying this about me. And that was my fault. I take full responsibility for not knowing. Ignorance is not an excuse, but I did not know. But when you get that amped, I shrug away. That's just how I am. I don't need this right now.
Do we have another one in the chat here? I might need a wrench to help you in chat. Yeah, I think
can I just say this before you get rid of W?
Yeah.
I don't know what Pix did in her past, and I don't care. She is my friend. You are not going to come between us doing all this stuff. I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are. Just move along. Stop trying to divide people who like each other, who have found camaraderie. I don't understand your damage, but please just stop, okay? Pix is a sweet person. I don't care what you think you have. I don't care, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so, listen, can't you see that it's just so childish?
Exactly.
It really is.
And there are human feelings involved in this. And it is not a weakness to be like, you know what? I'm tired of people picking at me. I'm tired of people just doing things. And I could take a bit more than, and I don't mean to speak for Pix, but I think I could take a bit more than Pix can because I really did grow up with a lot of things said about me. And I don't consider myself superficially anything anyway. So I normally just ignore that stuff. But when you nit at somebody who there's no reason for this, stop sowing discord. Get your life together and be happy. Okay? You didn't do anything, Pix. It is just so ridiculous at this point.
And I see the way people run their chats, and it's made me. Well, it's not made me. I mean, I would always have run my chat whether there were people like Slow Mama out there or not. But when you look at those chats, the things that people say, and I think you've got people like Slow Mama who rely on their chats to to G them up. And they get more and more fired up, and let's really bury that person. And it's like, why are you trying to nurture a community like that? I don't want a community like that.
Toxic people just breed that toxicity. I prefer the chats to be having fun. My mods, especially 2 of them, are actual friends that they keep eagle eyes. And when what happened on Saturday happened, because my head was not in the game, they were just ready to take anybody out of the chat. And I had to be like, guys, please, unless they're saying something offensive, just calm down. Because they could see it in my eyes, they could hear it in my voice that I was blindsided by a lot of this.
Yeah.
And I knew a lot of it was lies. So I figured people would be like, none of this makes sense. None of this correlates. But the funny thing is people want to say, well, do a video, do research. Bridge has done a video. She didn't have to do that. She didn't know me from jump. She did a video using my own words and the own timeline. Everything's up there. And that's what I want to get to the whole grifter thing. If I was a grifter, and I'm like Chantel, because that's the new argument. Wouldn't I dirty delete everything? Wouldn't I try to hide stuff? Y'all aren't making any sense with that. That's why I didn't want to keep arguing it. It's crazy to me that I would even have to. People can judge anybody for funders. I don't care. You aren't the ones that came out of pocket, so say what you want. But the fact of the matter is, this was just anything they can knit at, and I got to move on. Anybody who wants to believe the worst of me, go on. I do not put a gun to anybody's head to watch me. I don't need their approval because, once again, I'm going to keep reiterating, I'm in a good place. I'm doing what I can for my health. I have a lovely family, and I am good. And as long as you keep being the way you are, trying to take people's channels down and all this other bullshit, you're going to continue in the self-inflicted pit of misery. It doesn't make any sense.
No. And, it's like I said when it first started with you, you're just flavor of the month. They'll move on to somebody else. But the thing that really hurts people that have the hate boner for you is to see you being successful. And
exactly.
They know you're successful. So you carry on doing what you do.
They're free advertising. Whether they like it or not, they are free advertising, and you will not get the same favor because I would charge you for that promotion since I'm such a grifter.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's hear another grifter, because another thing, what's quite interesting about this couple, Negs and DC, is that they have grifted so much money. They decided they were going to open a store, so they grifted money as a Kickstarter and got over £10,000 for that. They've grifted for so much, and yet they have the audacity to come
at
with
me
somebody else
when I've
It's
run a
insane.
Kickstarter for my book. So I wouldn't have even said anything to them about that. But I did make a snide remark about how these people who like to flex on everybody, constantly throwing up their Cash App and acting like they're better than everybody. And I think I had every right to say that when they're talking shit about me and I don't know them.
Yeah. I normally do standalone videos. If I'm going to make a big point about somebody, I'll do a standalone video. Because, I do have my mental health issues and I don't want to just be screaming, and it's upsetting for me. It's not good for me. So I'm normally, I won't talk about these people in a very sort of deep way. I won't go too deeply into it because I don't want it to affect me mentally.
You can talk about them eloquently and call out actions, but then they take it to 100 and they're in your personal life and they're calling family members and they're doing all this crazy shit, and it's like, why can't you just leave it to, you say this about me, I say this about you? This is why I like hip-hop beefs. Because even though some hip-hop beefs can go a little too far, it is a professional thing. This girl world stuff has not been professional at all. Because you can't say something about somebody or their antics without it being like, I got to get your government name. I've got to get the people that you love. I got to bring all this stuff because this is fun for us. No, this is not fun. And it got to be tiring.
Yeah, that's what turned me off from Yo Mama. He was so light and fun. You could turn off your brain and just laugh, right? And then it's like a switch flipped to him when he was ready to knock Shannon's teeth down her throat. And it's like, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm sorry about that, honey. They're trying to catch it. I know that people are still trying. I don't understand it. But, hun, don't let them rile you up. I know it upsets you, but they are really just trying to push your buttons, and they're not worth it. I don't understand this. It's just not worth it.
What they want to do is to make you as miserable as they are. They don't want to, and I think that's part of the issue with DC. And, a lot of these older women, because they see, that I'm round about their age, and it's like, well, hang on a minute. she's done this, she's done that, she's got this, she's got 4 kids, she's got 4 grandkids, that she's close to all of them. And what have I got? I've got negs,
Yep.
or I've got nothing. So it's really, you know, a lot of it actually does stem from jealousy. But I tell you what, some of them, it's worse than jealousy, because
It's pathological envy.
yes,
Yes.
absolutely. I mean, if you don't like me, then don't watch me. You know,
Exactly.
but I'm not going to come on and tell a whole pack of lies, because I'm not a liar. And if I am talking about somebody and, you know, making remarks about them, I'll play a video like this one to show who they are.
That's affluent black area. So it has more to do, because obviously the poorer you get, the more crime you're gonna have. So it has nothing to do with it being white. It's just maybe because people make more money out there, so it just happens to be safer. Like,
Yeah. And when
Another thing that I actually learned from this was that Negs actually phoned Callie's landlord.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. He phoned the landlord to warn the landlord about Callie. Right, let's see if we've got the right place now.
you know, hung from trees and shit because they were outnumbered.
Yeah.
And the law wasn't on their side. Keep fucking around.
Yeah, because
it ain't what it used to be.
most of y'all are pussies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't do it by yourself. And then if you do, it's like a guy, some creepy fuck with an assault rifle that goes.
And that's what annoys me when people come in, like the person in the channel. Who's this wolf person? Do we need to get rid of this wolf person?
I think they wanted to clarify the ACLU thing, but I don't know, because there's so many freaking stocks. So I'm going to answer that again, because the person that put that tweet has reading comprehension issues. I said,
Right.
if you wanted to donate to me, because I thought I was going to be able to start doing paperwork for immigrants, not just Muslims, or to the ACLU, or I could give to the ACLU and I would show receipts for that. But people need to understand that my Facebook was mostly family, friends, and people who knew me. So the fact that people are trying to use this as a gotcha yet again, stop it. Get help. I don't understand this.
Yeah, but you won't understand it because you haven't got a sick mind. Okay,
No.
that's what you need to remind yourself.
Also,
I can't understand what they're
They
saying.
make me
They're
feel normal with the way my mind is broken up right now,
Yeah.
because this is a level. I get obsessed over books. I get obsessed over puppies. I get obsessed over my family. I cannot think of people that when this goes off, I'm going to go chill. I'm not going to sit here going, I need to find out information about these people. I need revenge. The best revenge is to live your good life.
Exactly. So let's get back to this.
Into a church
Yeah,
or a
like-
store. You know what I'm saying? Those are the whites, and they're always like some weird incel motherfucker that couldn't get no pussy for years. There's always somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like him. I love. You see how he is? Like, wow, bro. Wow, you just listen to him, bro. He's like this romanticized version of white supremacists. What are they, like Jason Bourne but racist? You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh.
They crying because they didn't get their way.
And I'm going to talk about it.
And you're not helping with that. Sitting around calling people black bitches and niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm no fucking. I'm like no lawyer, obviously, and I'm not an expert in the law stuff. But here's what I will say: if your girlfriend just got a TRO granted against her for online harassment, or whatever the fuck the thing was for, this will not be a good look, because y'all live together.
Exactly.
And you're the type of person that she's living with.
Exactly. So we're going back to the type of people that are gunning for Kalari at the moment, and also have gunned for me in the past, and still do every so often. These are the type of people, not the channel. Obviously I'm talking about negs, racist negs. They're the people.
Yeah, my thing is, though, for me, it's not harassment because I don't see these people. I once I seen enough of that next guy, I had anything to do with him. Like when his girlfriend got that new channel, she was insta blocked. I
Yeah,
blocked a lot of the people that are now supporting him too. I
yeah.
don't want that in my circles.
I'm
Y'all have your
exactly the
circles.
same.
I have my circles. They will never crisscross.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I have nothing of any interest or nothing in common with this type of person.
At all.
Whether she
Not even
sits
gonna
there thinking she's all prim and proper or not. We know you live with this man.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
like I said before, just because somebody is like, because, and I'm saying this because he's the type that does believe that, and I know this for a fact. Just because someone is a little left leaning, don't mean that they also won't send you straight to Jesus if you fuck with them.
I mean,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
called
Did you hear
FAFO.
that?
Yes. Stop fucking around with people.
Oh, shit.
Hang on, I meant to go up a bit further. I've got all these set up. I've got a little pad here with all the screen, all the numbers on there, and I still haven't done it right. Have I? I'm rubbish at this, guys.
It's a good interview though. I mean, I don't know these creators, but they are speaking the truth. A lot of times, people that are like that man that likes to act like a big bad white supremacist,
Yeah,
they act bad because they're on the internet.
yeah.
You go into Atlanta with that attitude, I guarantee you won't come out of there.
Oh, I know. I can imagine. And it's
Guarantee you.
like, who was it? Oh, it's like when I was saying to the slow one, you know, you come into parts of London and keep dropping the N word. See
Mhm.
how well that goes. Because whether
Exactly.
you're black or not, people won't accept it.
At all.
You know, so yeah, you pop over here and show us. See how well you get on there.
Chelsea. Oh yeah, of course, because you're probably like, wait, your people come from South America and Puerto Rico. So like, I know a lot of the Caribbean places, people don't grow a lot of hair on their chest and stuff
Man,
like
the
that.
hair you ain't got on your chest, you got on your head.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful head of hair. Like,
Yeah, right. Fucking
Get out of here.
Hispanic slash with all that hair on your head and shit. I wish I had that. You want my chest there? Shit.
Thing is, black women have
You like,
hair.
now it's black.
No, great hair. I think it'll be shorter to name all the people you didn't talk to about.
I said it before he
I
did.
can't fault Michael for genuinely not knowing. I can't fault him for not knowing though. I ain't talked to Michael in like, I don't think I talked to Michael since last summer. I would have to check my phone to see when I last talked to him.
Well, maybe Michael just was looking around and going, wow, she's got negs in court. She's threatening this dude with fucking goddamn hard-hitting niggas from fucking south side of Chicago. God, like those dudes would come into town, they'd see the Trump flag, and they'd see the rebel flag, and then they'd be like, guys, we got to turn around, get the fuck out of here. There's
I doubt
probably a tree
that.
with a lynching. I don't know.
I doubt that. I freaking doubt that. He is saying that word way too calmly because he's safe in his little town. But I can
Exactly.
tell you right now, I full on doubt the stuff that he's trying to put out there because I literally live in one of those kind of small towns, and you give those people such a bad name because while there may be people that think like you here, there are a lot more people that just want to live in peace, do their farming and everything else. Stop speaking for white people. I am so
Exactly.
sick of hateful people acting like they speak for all white people. Don't do that.
Right, Kalari, you missed that bit there. I just want to play that bit because I can't believe that he had the audacity, the nerve to say this. I mean, and look at BGTV's face when he says it.
With fucking goddamn hard-hitting niggas from fucking south side of Chicago. God, like those dudes would come into town, they'd see the Trump flag, then they'd see the rebel flag, and then they'd be like, guys, we got to turn around, get the fuck out of here. There's probably a tree with a lynching. I don't know.
You can tell he's never been to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. One of the things that used to irk me
Did
when
you
I
hear
was
what he
covering,
said there about the lynching?
yeah, and that's
Absolutely.
why I'm just like,
And that's
he's
why I don't
saying
F
this
with people who have that flag up because it's like you can
exactly,
say that's traditional history or whatever the fuck. Whose history? You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
think about it, an extra step.
And for the lynching thing, I've shared the story about how in South Carolina, area is named after a relative who got lynched because he was trying to vote. So that just hits a little bit more right now.
Mhm.
But he talks about hard-hitting N-words from Chicago. You've never been to Chicago. What is wrong with these people? They make all of these absurd things when you know that if you tried to go to Chicago, try to be big and bad, you would piss yourself, man. So just stop. It's like all these people have words for Detroit right now, not knowing that Detroit has built itself up. We are literally becoming titans of industry. And I say we, but I don't even live in Detroit, but they represent Michigan so good because everybody counted Detroit out. And now they are really just doing amazing things in that city. But because it's predominantly Black there, and I'm not saying all Black, because a lot of white, Muslim, Hispanic, and different people live in Detroit, but don't let the racists understand that. They think it's an easy target to just shit on, and people need to stop that.
Yeah. 100%. I want to find something to cheer us all up.
There's another one in there. I don't understand that. Just stop, people. Do you need attention that badly? Get a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that, Tally Hoo, but it was the same thing about New York. They could say the same thing about California. They could say the same thing about Florida. You could say that about America is literally the not pew pew, sorry, pew pew Tasha, the shoot 'em up, bang bang country. Don't act like it's just demographic. It's mostly socioeconomic. The fact of the matter is this racism has to stop because that's what it is in the long run. Chicago's not a safe city all the time, but neither is New York City. Neither is Miami. Neither is some parts of the fucking back countries either. You need to understand that when people are pressed and they don't have funds to live decent lives, they will do whatever they have to do to survive. Even out here in the fucking Midwest is like that. So stop assuming that it's only these big cities. Because to me, I hear the dog whistles now. And I'm not blaming you, Tally Hoo, because you, like you just said, you've been there. But I think a lot of people use Chicago as a metric, and they're just one of many that have these issues because it's an unbalanced system.
Yeah.
I'm just super passionate about it because for me, it's a constant. Oh, you must be from Chicago. Why? Because I'm Black? I would love to visit it one day, but no, I've never been to Chicago. I don't know anybody in Chicago, but I've seen lovely bits there too. I don't understand why people just can't grasp the nuances of how they sound when they throw these cities out that they know. It's like Wisconsin. Everybody knows Wisconsin from Milwaukee, and they say, "Oh, Milwaukee's full of crime." Guess what's the predominant demographic in Milwaukee? It gets exhausting because you think you aren't saying the quiet parts loud for some of us, and you are, and it's got to stop. Even if you don't feel you're being that way, to a lot of people, it feels that way, and that's all I want to say about that. Because I know people get up in their feels. Is she accusing me of being racist? No. I'm just saying that when you automatically go to cities that you know have a predominant of people of color, and then you only tout that violence, like there isn't violence all over our country, it just says a certain thing to us. And I'm sorry, I have to be sensitive about this because I'm raising a Black child.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
So it
but
just
people try to act like Trump didn't completely dismantle like journalism and facts and and saying all the crazy stuff that he said has allowed everybody else to feel emboldened by that. And we're not stupid. Like words mean things. We know what they mean.
And even if you're being well-meaning because you know the area, for me, there is still that underlying feeling that people only assume that Black urban areas are crime-ridden, and America has a lot of crime-ridden areas. I get tensed about it because I don't know if you're coming from a point of view of, yeah, I live near there, I've seen stuff. Or if you're just like this guy that we just seen that thinks that all brothers from Chicago would run away from the rebel flag. They don't give a fuck about rebel flags if they're that kind of hardcore. And that's how I know his punk ass has never been around hardcore people.
No, you can tell that.
Yeah.
He's all mouth behind the screen, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Keyboard warrior, completely. He got
Kalari, we
smoked
need
for
to,
more women than anything, too.
Kalari, we need to have like a joke, right? We need to do something. Do you know what I do when I'm really pissed off? I like to go on to live streams, right? Especially live streams where the person is saying, oh, Jan hasn't got the guts to come up on here. She hasn't got the guts. That's when I normally go up. Okay, I did it to Yo Mama. I did it to other people. Because I'm like, listen, I'm not scared of anybody. So this is what I did this one time. Now look who's on the panel here. We've got Fedora. Now, Fedora.
Oh,
No, don't worry. You don't want to
Yeah.
know about her. You'll see in
Okay.
a minute what she's like. She has been one of my biggest haters for years, and she was with the doxers. She was one of my doxers. So we've got her there. We've also got Irate Alex, who's a bit gobby. I can't be bothered with him anymore. Can't be bothered. And we've also got Hussy. So I thought I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun on here. And she was giving it the big I am. Oh, Jan's this, Jan's that. Yeah, come up, Jan, if you think you're big enough. That type of thing. So I thought, all right then, I will. So this is what happened. There's Dora.
Jan's Pukes is coming on. All right. Jan is in the green room.
Right, it was her live, you see. Oh, Jan's Pukes. See, these people, they're so immature. They're so immature, they have to call you names. And what was DC calling you? Do you see what I mean?
Calorie and stuff. That's why I said they want me arguing with them. And it's like, I would have to dumb myself down for it. Yeah, it's like, no.
It's so immature. So anyway, I thought, all right, I'll show you a bit of BPD, Jan.
I'm gonna bring her on. All right, here we go. Jan's Pukes is coming on. All right, I can go.
Hello, my dear.
Jan is in the green room.
Hello, loser. You still at it? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Bridge was there. Now, Bridge and I, we weren't friends then. Were we, Bridge? Where is Bridge? She always lets me down. No, I think she's
No,
busy.
she had a meeting to go to.
Yeah, I know. I'm just winding her up.
She's here in spirit.
Yeah, I know she is. Yeah, so Bridge was in the chat and she could tell that they were muting me. So she came up and she was like, unmute the mic, because every time I spoke, they switched off my mic. So I did what I would do. Guys, I went to the circus and had so much fun with Fedora and Hussy, Ginge and everyone. Fedora was lying, nothing new there, and Hussy wore pink, I suspect as a dare. I danced to my own tune as the clowns threw their mud. Their words grew more angry as they bayed for my blood. I sang, Rule Britannia, full force and in tune, whilst the clowns' lack of humour got them confuddled very soon. Look, can you see Hussy at the bottom there? He is so angry. They were so angry. They wanted me to go on there and fight with them. And I was like, don't forget, I used to be on the stage. So I thought, okay, but you look at the anger in his face. Oh my God.
Wow, even throwing the finger there. Wow.
Understand how their insults weren't landing. My giggles and laughter were beyond their understanding. Hussy got hateful. I was tapping on the mic because she kept blocking me. So I thought, all right, okay, this is fun. It's fun. Hussy got hateful. Ginge, not a clue. Fedora, as usual, didn't know what to do. Do you know what? That woman hasn't got a bloody clue. Find something to do. Take up knitting or something. I think that's probably better for you. You don't have to think too hard. So there we were on panel. Right, that's tragic. Have you heard of Tragic?
I've met him recently, and I know how people feel about him, but they were covering that person that did the 8-hour stream, and I went in there. Like I said, I don't have to know all the backstory from these people. I honestly just wanted to know what was being said. And now all of a sudden, well, she's down with this. I've declared no allegiances with anybody. I will go where I want to go and listen to what I want to listen to, but I don't know these people, and they could tell you that. I don't understand why it's got to be deeper than that for some people.
Yeah, and it's the same with me. I mean, Tragic, right? I've spoken to him in the past, and I think I've been on a couple of panels with him, but because I've sort of spoken to him, and also because I do support AK against Hussy.
Same. And the other one.
Yeah, and I just think what's going on there is disgusting. So yeah, so I have shown my support there. Well, because all of a sudden I'm like, I'm in the bodega, Jan's in the bodega, Jan, and I'm like, oh, shut up.
From being civil to people that you don't know them, they don't know you, they're not coming upside your head. And that's another thing I like to stress. If somebody is not like being disrespectful to me, why should I get mad for something that's going on with 2 other people that I don't know like that?
Exactly.
I can mind the business. I'm paid. Like, I don't understand that.
They don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
A joyous bunch of 4. Shades on the guys. God knows why. The confused clowns, perplexed more and more. Look at, they didn't have a bloody clue. They'd never met anyone that was going to be singing and dancing while they were trying to hurt abuse. Oh, no, not I. You don't get away with it. Clock the time when Ginger laughs. No idea why, but Hussy sat with a face like thunder. No humour in that guy. Look at him, look, sulking. Yeah, I don't like this. Somebody else is getting the attention, and I don't like it. So I'm going to sit here looking like a complete moron, shaking my head with my shades on. But as I said, Ginge laughed. Well done, Ginge. Maybe you have got a sense of humour after all. Well done, mate. Well done.
And I have to say, Jen, just going on there when you know people want to try to. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's all right. Go on.
Just going on there when you know these people were trying to tear you down and just bringing joy. I think that is the best way to counter anything. I love it. I really do. This is amazing.
And they were like, afterwards when people were talking about it, they're like, oh, yeah, Jan must have been drunk. Jan must have done this. Jan, da-da-da. No, this is just another way. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Exactly.
And, this is just another way to do it. And I would much rather do it this way than have a scream up.
Exactly. It's lighthearted. You're showing them how unserious you take any of their nonsense. And you're just trying to bring fun into something they were trying to make unfun. And I love that. I really do.
Hussy, honestly, you look at the anger on Hussy. Oh my God. Edna, were you going to say something, sweetie?
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I tell you what, I had the best time. I was laughing. I loved it. I loved every second.
Yeah.
So Fedora's always going on about her hat collection, which are all crap. Well, I got loads of hats. So I thought, oh, okay, let's bring the hats in. Okay. Here we go. We then had a hat off, which I won hands down. Hussy groaned loudly about being outshone by someone. Get over it, Hussy. You're not all that. In fact, you're nothing. Anyway, that someone was me. No argument there. Fedora yelled like a nutter. But I didn't care.
I love that y'all had a hat off.
Look at Hussy, look. He don't know what to do. We should do something like this, Clary.
Yeah.
You're
That would be
hilarious.
I don't own many hats though. The mister does.
No, but I tell you what, if we can think of something, we'll chat. We'll chat, okay? And if you can think of something, I'll come up with a few ideas. All right, and I'll DM you. And if you send me over some little clips, I'll put it together and we will have a laugh. All right?
Okay.
They won't be able to take it. I'm telling you. The anger, look at the anger on this man's face here, look.
Exactly.
I'm getting all my facts out. Oh, there's Bridge. I think this may have been the first time I spoke to Bridget. I think that when she came out, and we actually did have a bit of a laugh at that time, and it was from then on. That was the beginning of our friendship. There you
That's
go.
awesome.
I think Bridget just knew, maybe she had heard all the other crap about me, and she just realized I'm just a nutter. So she's like,
I think Bridge gravitates to real people too. I'm not acting like I know her, but from everything that I've watched that she put out there, especially when she went after like the manosphere stuff, she's frank. She comes with an educated background, and she just doesn't tolerate dunces.
Yeah.
So I think she just gravitates towards people that she knows, and they're gonna come correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I love looking at the other faces. Look at Tragic's face. Even he's finding it amusing. Hussy doesn't know what to do with himself. Poor over here, well, she needs to put her teeth in. It's Alex!
Yes,
Right, now, they thought Fedora suddenly surprised me with Alex. Now, they know that I've had a few words with Alex before, but
I don't really know him, but okay.
Oh, he's a bit gobby. He's a bit problematic, but he's all right.
Okay.
But he doesn't realize, or she didn't realize, that we've both got British sense of humor. Okay, so she didn't realize how it would go. She thought Alex would come on to attack me as well.
Wow.
So watch what happens. It's Alex!
Yes,
Alex!
How's it going?
You little shit. What? Having a go at the old people. Stop it. Then came the part irate Alex dropped by. They thought there'd be carnage and I would just cry. The shock on their faces when I called him shit. And irate Alex just giggled at it. His time at the circus, although rather short, gave many a titter. No battle was fought. I applied lipstick, Fedora donned hats. The laughter was flowing. The clowns were defeated, and I was happy with that. See that one there? Steph, she's another Brit, and she's always causing trouble. She doesn't like me either. So that's why she was saying here, let Alex on, because, they thought Alex was going to come and wipe the floor with me. And of course he didn't. Why would he?
You were bringing fun to the panel. And like I said, I've been on a couple of panels now where it was just laughter and giggles and then talking serious stuff. I like fun. This looks like it was a lot of fun.
It was. It was fun for me, but not for them.
Yeah.
Because they're not, all they're about is hate. They don't know what it's like to have a good time and to have fun.
That's sad.
Well, she's been missing, has she? Yeah, she's a nasty piece of work, that one. But yeah, so yeah, let's carry on. I mean, I could have a conversation with Alex. Alex is known for being what's the word, problematic. And I called him out once because he called DC when I was sort of friends with her, type of friendly with her. He called her CUNT, and I thought that was disgusting. So I told him, and he didn't like it, but tough. Laura, what to do with herself, but fucking idiot.
Got a whole bunch of hats on her head now.
The white woman on the right hand side, I think, was brought on as some sort of, she was the cavalry for Fedora, and I just told her to shut up. Basically, I said, I don't know you. I've got nothing to say to you, so just shut up. So she did. No, I don't know. I don't know who she is. Oh, is her name Kitty? Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember her name was Kitty. I've never spoken to her before in my life.
I don't know anybody but you and Bridge on that panel at all.
Oh, she was Sarah Locklear's panel friend. Oh, my God, that tells me a lot about her then. Oh, my God. Well, she thought she was going to come up there and tell me about myself. No, I was in clown mood. Be a clown all you want to, but bring it with love. A clown filled with hate just ain't funny enough. Clowning is an art form, not a vehicle for slander. We all need some laughter as we stroll and meander. I'm sorry, that was really bad. That was a terrible rhyme at the end. I couldn't find another word to rhyme with slander, and then I've suddenly realised I don't say slander, I say slander. So then the word would have been meander, which didn't make sense. Okay, yeah.
You were navigating so much anger too, and just bringing joy, and I love it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I will do online. I don't bring my anger.
Yeah,
I don't. And, I've got anger that they would run away from if I unleashed it. But I just choose not to bring it, regardless of what others say about me. And that's what I want you to do. That's one of the reasons why I'm playing this for you, because although you may not be able to do this, I can help you in other ways. Perhaps we can produce something. We'll chat, most definitely. It's not over yet. I do go on a bit.
I love the Wellness Wednesdays. I will try to make more Drama Fridays as well. The thing with me is, the reason I wanted to come on here is because I don't want to have to make 50 more videos on this. I want this to be a once and done. I've said my piece. I feel better now because I know that I'm not going to be the one that's missing out. I really did enjoy that community. I did not want anybody feeling beholden to me. I do not want people to feel like I want you to like back me up. I have fun with them, and now it's over. It's a closed chapter, and I've got to move on.
You
I
need
was
to be a lone wolf, Kalari.
I've
Like
said it before.
myself and Bridge and Edna are. We're all
Yep.
lone wolves, you know.
And
I
with
think
Black women, so I think we understand that trying to fit in the groups for too long, that we're not always going to feel comfortable after a while because it just doesn't work out that way. So I
We have
always
too many
plan, and
intersectionalities. So
yeah,
it's like we have something to say about too many things. People don't want to hear it.
and people don't like real. And it's like my grandmother said, be your truthful self, whether people like you or not, because the people who can accept you will stay no matter what. And the people who can't will fall off. They weren't meant to be around you anyway.
Exactly.
getting
It's
on
like
to
whoever I don't talk to anymore, it's no worries because if you were really a friend, we wouldn't have fallen out.
exactly. Exactly.
And
And I
Pix,
mean,
I know you were upset about that person, and I get it because they put you through it, but don't let them get you upset.
who's that? This Kitty woman?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the people in the panel was responsible for like putting Pix through it. And I just don't
Oh,
understand why people are so mean.
because they're just mean, because they're just evil. You know, I honestly believe that DC is just very bitter. I think she's got to an age where she didn't, you know, want to be in a position that she's in. And her bitterness just screams, you know, out of every pore. Now, I'm not bitter, although I've every right to be bitter sometimes. I'm not bitter because I've had a good life. I've done
And you
so
still
many
have a good
things,
life.
and I
That's
still
what I was
have a
gonna
good
say.
life.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
even if you didn't, it's like every day is a new day. You can,
And
you know what I mean? You can decide to
yeah,
make that the best day you can. You know,
yep,
yeah,
living in this hate, living in this whatever dysfunction is ridiculous. Like it's not necessary. And to perpetuate it, to like cultivate chats and communities of it is wild to see.
exactly. And
I
I
don't.
just think that if you are lucky to have people that want to sit and listen to you, if you're lucky to build communities, cherish that. For me, this is just
Yes.
part-time fun, if
Yeah,
that. So I don't understand the people who have this and really have people that want to see you, want to hear you, want to laugh with you, worried about what anybody says about you.
yeah.
Who the heck
Well,
Yeah.
cares?
I've
I think
started
some people
doing
can't
true
help. Oh,
time in
sorry.
Edna.
I know.
Time in Edna. I've started doing true crime, and I have hundreds of comments under my videos. People that do
Mhm.
listen to me, people that do like the way I talk about it. I try and be very interactive, and you know,
Yeah.
and it's nothing like, you know, being over in Girl World. Thank God I could not
Mhm.
be in a community that was based on hatred or negativity. I just couldn't do it.
I will say this though, because I don't feel it's all a girl world. There are so many reactors from around the world. Like one of my faves is Girl Please. She's based out of Jamaica. She's not really making videos right now. There's people from the UK, like Taylor Talks. There's a lot of newer reactors
Yeah.
that don't have any ties to this that I hope don't make any of the same paths as I did, because a lot of
Mhm.
people will accuse you of trying to use them, and I know they got used. So I know that they're coming from a place of we've got to be on guard because this happened to them. So I'm very
Mhm.
sympathetic about that because I can understand that mentality. But when you have somebody who enjoys your channel and all you can think about is they're going to stab me in the back someday, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy
No.
at
It
all.
it's funny because on my algorithm, I was shown like I think it was a short, and it was a creator asking what they wanted from a channel, and one of the things that came out as what they wanted the least was infighting. You know, when creators fight with other creators. And I thought, oh my God, that's a gift from God. That's someone saying to me, right, although they do that, and they, you know, they make bank on it in Girl World, other communities don't like it.
And people in their chats don't want that either.
No.
People get tired because they get afraid. They're like, well, if this creator don't like this creator, will I be ostracized if I like this creator? And nobody wants to deal with that.
I know.
But
a
on
little
top of that,
messy.
there
I
are
don't.
so many Girl World adjacent creators, because I call them Girl World adjacent now because they cover foodie sometimes, but they have craft channels and cooking channels, and they do such lovely things.
Yeah.
So I really hate that Girl World is only shown in the light of the people that are fighting back and forth, because there are a lot of really talented people in the sphere too, and it's just a mess. It really is.
What
And
are you gonna
I will
say?
say it,
I'm
Diana. Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say I'm a little messy. Like I don't totally hate the reactors talking about reactors. It's just they don't know when to just keep it to the platform. Like
They
if you're
don't.
gathering
Yeah.
information from other sources, you gather information that they didn't put out themselves. You're overstepping. You know what I mean? Like just keep it
Exactly.
to the girl. And I think it would be okay. You know, like we all like the drama and the mess somewhat, but it's like you don't have to get gutter with it.
No. It's like watching the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. It was interesting, but like I said, going personal always comes with issues. That's why I don't want to be a part of any of that. I don't want these people's information. I don't want to know them on that level,
No.
because I don't hate them.
It's
I
not
just
my
don't want to
business.
know them.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Yes.
not my
It's
business.
just not my business. It's like
Yeah.
watching a TV show for me. And it's like if I'm watching a show, I care about the characters of it, but I'm not digging into like the actors' real lives and who they're married to and all that. Like that's going too
Exactly.
far.
It is, and
Yeah.
that's why I did not want to be a part of that, because if I had thought it would be just friendly back and forth, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, fine. But these people go in real life, and they don't just target the creator. They go after your family. They go after your friends. They try to make your life miserable. And to
Yeah.
me, that's not fun. It
Yeah.
really isn't. I have seen too much stuff used against creators because they think because they're big now, you're owed something, because it's just too much. I
Yeah.
don't like it, so I try to stay away from it. So
Yeah.
I will just block, and I will not go into territories that I don't feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And they've
I'm the
already
same.
made it harder, because while I still have Jan and I still have a few others that you may see me from time to time, I do not feel the comfort that I used to just going in, talking and listening, because there's just too many people wanting to draw battle lines of factions, and I'm not interested in that at all.
When you look at that situation now, you know, those places that you did feel really comfortable in, do you now realize that it's because they're superficial, even though you're not superficial, but they are superficial, so their
That's
friendships are very superficial?
That's why I said I got the impression that these people were real ones, because it just, like I said, I've heard them go through emotions that most people wouldn't share. I've seen them be dragged simply for having the joy in their community, because say what you want, there is laughter in that community. People share things. You hear people graduate and people becoming professionals in these communities. So as toxic as their personalities can be, they do bring people in who want to share good things with them. And then there you have another group of people that want to steal that joy, and sometimes do. And I wish it would just stop. Somebody has to be the one that says, okay, enough's enough. You hate me, I hate you. Let's just leave each other the fuck alone.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like to feel that today especially is about. And, you know, showing what my channel's about. And
I'm setting my boundary. I'm setting that boundary. I do not want this. And
I won't tolerate people coming in just to cause a fight with somebody else in the chat or somebody on my panel. You respect my panel and you respect my chat. That's the end of it, you know. And I think I've seen other people that have live streamed that have a far bigger platform than I have, doing the same thing and saying, you know, I'm not having that nonsense in my chat, you know.
And like I said, I've seen creators I like block people that have been in my chats, and I get that. What goes on between somebody in your chat and you, I'm not going to get on you for that. It's your channel. What I
Exactly.
get in my head about is, okay, this person effed up in your channel, but they're being kind of respectful or just talking to people in my chat. They're not coming out of pocket. I'm not declaring this person as my friend. They just want to enjoy my content. But
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
can't operate like that anymore. And it's like, I'm afraid to find out what caused all this damage, because this has to be years of damage for people to be like that, where they've got to be like, oh, I see you here, you can't be here.
Well,
I don't want to do that.
Edna can tell you about that, because Edna,
yeah,
Edna just goes where she wants to go. I've never had a problem with it, because Edna and I go back quite a long way. That people probably don't realize. We go back to like Timber days, don't we, Edna? And
Yeah.
we used to have conversations then, and especially when the thing came out about Timber, you know, I had private conversations with Edna, and we've sort of built up from there. Okay, now people don't seem to understand that, but then I think, well, that's not my issue.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's not really Edna's issue. The issue is with them.
Yeah.
And there's been times when, like once, Edna went AWOL. Edna,
Yes.
do you want to tell Kalabi what happened when you went AWOL and where I
Oh,
found
it
you,
was.
and I had to drag you
Oh,
back
okay.
to my channel?
I was just having, I mean, I guess you could just call it like seasonal depression or something. Like I was just in my feelings and I went into lurking mode and I was in Hussey's chat and I was gifted a membership. So, you know,
My
I was just like,
nemesis.
hey, I was like, thanks for the membership. And then everybody was like, ah. And then Jan heard when she blocked me. She fired up the stream.
I
I'm
blocked
like,
you
oh
for
no, I
about
guess I'm
5
back.
minutes, Edna. Come on. 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
blocked you for 5
And my
minutes.
thing is, I understand that people have done each other wrong. So I try not to step on the toes when it comes to stuff that I know these people have went dirty, they went real life, and I
Yeah.
try to carefully navigate what I can. But as somebody new, it is too exhausting for me to keep up with everybody who don't
Absolutely.
like everybody, and I just want to have fun.
I
I'm not
know.
trying to be flippant to people's feelings, but I use a lot of commentary as background while I'm doing other things. So I
Yeah.
don't understand why it's got to be deeper than that. It's supposed to just be entertainment.
I know. It's insane. But
It
so
really
many times,
is.
and they tried to spin these stories that, you know, Edna was scared of me and I forced her to
Or
come
you
on live.
control
And,
her and other,
oh,
because I hear that shit all the time too. It's like, I don't
Yeah,
control
please note
anybody.
that I didn't say any of that, right? Like me leaving had absolutely nothing to do with Jan. If anything, coming back and like, you know, kind of getting into things quicker was because of Jan.
But did I even say, even if you did have a falling out, I think you two could talk it out and mend it, because people think that couldn't happen either. Like,
yeah, I
you
know.
are
Yeah.
friends, and if you had a disagreement where you needed to cool off and then come back together, that's allowed too. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that because that is not my situation. I was a fan, and now I know I can't be. These were
Yeah.
not my friends. I don't want that narrative pushed out there, because some people wanted to run with that. Oh, look at your friends. These were people I enjoyed their content.
Like, I
Say,
wonder what
listen,
these people think a friend is. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, I call, you know, I call people my online friends. But I use the term loosely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
They're
like
more
I know that these
associates
people are not
than like,
e-
yeah.
exactly.
can I just say, I'm looking for a new mod. Sasha is starting trouble again. Jan does scare us all. Bridget is terrified of Jan's views. But do you know what?
Bridget ain't scared of nobody.
Do you know what the funny thing is, though, Kalari? These girls, they know who I am. I am no one to be scared of. I mean,
Like I said,
yeah, I'll tell someone to shut up, or you know,
and you stand
break
on your
it.
principles, and you
Yeah,
won't let anybody tell you who you are. So I
yeah,
guess that's scary to some people, but I've always, every time I've come up here, I've had fun. So
yeah.
I don't get it. And I don't like when people try to warn me off people that I know I'm having so much fun. You
Oh,
took
they
me out
do
of
it
a
all the
headspace that
time.
I was going through all day because I don't want this community to feel like, oh, you got to take sides. Oh, she's going to expose. I don't care.
No.
And I know you get a lot of people that say that, but
Yeah.
it's like I said, if anybody comes into my streams from now on trying to bring up anything, I'm going to link this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to link Bridget's videos, and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to talk about it anymore after this.
Yeah,
I feel so
no.
much better because I'm not trying to defend my character. If these people want to think this about me, they already had the seed in their head.
Let them think it, darling.
Let them think it. I can't
Yeah.
change their minds. I'm not
Please
trying
don't
to.
show them anything
No.
else,
And
because whatever you show them, they will use against you.
Yeah, it's just more views for them, but it's also, and I'm going to keep reiterating it to you people because I'm not going to talk about you. You're giving me free advertising.
Yeah.
I really think you need to understand that. Every time you put me in a title, you might get people that think they know me and don't like me, but you will get people who are like, who is this Kalari person? We should go over to her channel. So why do that?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to stop you. Thanks for the free advertising. I got another book that's about to launch. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
I was gonna ask, apparently there was something about remixing a book and people were confused about that. Now, when I don't know anything about it. Do you mind elaborating? Because I thought it just meant
Yes.
like you were
Thank you.
edited. Yeah.
Well, the book had to be edited because I rushed it. The pandemic happened. I thought I was going to make it because of comorbidities and stuff. So I wanted to get it out, and it was a wreck the first launch. But the remix was because I had started the Kickstarter. It failed. When you do a Kickstarter, you don't hit the threshold. It failed. So I wanted to do something else where I could hit the goal, give people the gifts that I was going to give to them on Kickstarter. But that didn't go because I just wasn't pushing it enough. So my one friend who is, she I love you, girl. I know you're in here lurking. She was like, don't give up. Do this again. Do this again. Let's get it going because you know people believe in this. And I did it again. But what people don't know is while it looked like I didn't hit the goal, and a lot of these look like I didn't hit the goal, the moment somebody who has been like way too generous. And that's why I don't want to just give people's names. But this person has been so generous to me as she watched a lot of stuff that I went through and how I'm trying really hard to write and just embrace happiness. And they covered what I didn't hit. And that's why I said, I know for a fact nobody in Girl World helped with that, helped with the housewarming thing, because people were mad that Greg and I decided not to do a wedding because weddings are really expensive and I wanted this house. So I was
an
like,
accountant, I 100% approve that. It's like, why put that? I would put that money towards a home. And people talking about, oh, it's you ask for thousands of dollars. Life is
because I have
expensive.
people that will, and I have
not
people
even
fair
that.
enough.
But if you want nice things, if you're if you're not budgeting or trying to get like a super deal, if you're just paying full out, this stuff is not cheap.
At all.
Prices have been inflated and they're probably going to continue to inflate.
Exactly.
So it's like, where are you going to get a $300 couch from?
But they're acting like they were giving me that money. That's what fucked me up about it. It's like, I don't know you people.
It's like, have you given $1? And first of all, it's a GoFundMe. Nobody is no one's making you donate. If you see it, you don't agree with it, you don't donate, you move on.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's insane. It's like
it feels like control, and for it's just my personality disorder. If I don't know you, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. And I know people say that, and then they go out of pocket and crash out, as the young kids say. I don't care.
I say the same thing, and I mean it. I really.
So you sock account.
Yeah, let's ban that one as well. Oh yeah,
I got it.
Like they think I care at this
They're
point.
not
If you
back.
already thought that about me, then what else you want? No, I'm not. I don't care. Think what you want.
I went through the same thing. I've been through it twice. Once when I was doxxed, and then again over this last ridiculousness
Yeah.
that I can't even bother to talk about because I
Nope.
spoke about it enough. And I'm like you, Kalari, I did one last video or one last live stream where I said I'm going to address it, and I'm never going to address it again, and
Exactly.
I won't. And you should do the same. And onwards and upwards with your channel, Kalari.
Yep.
And if you want to add a bit of fun to it, then I'll certainly come along, give you a hand, because I love a good laugh.
Definitely.
So, is there anything else you girls want to say before we head off?
I just want to thank you all for even doing this because, like I said, I know I'm new in this sphere. I know I've had missteps, apparently. I don't understand the missteps, and I don't care at this point. But I just want to have fun, and I like being in places where I have fun. So thank you for letting me have fun.
Yeah, anytime, my darling. And we'll certainly work on something, a bit of silliness.
Yes.
Edna, have you got anything else to say, my darling?
Well, I just noticed that they're having a breast cancer awareness walk. So
Awesome.
check your boobies.
Oh, yeah. I had a mammogram that was clear.
Oh,
it
wow.
went down
Good.
during a lot of stuff I was going through. And I'm not going to bring that up again. But yeah, clear. I'm good.
Thank goodness for that.
Yes.
I would say the same thing because I have had personal experience of that. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, cancer is bloody awful. Ruins your life, ruins everybody else's life. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But we want to finish on a light note. So I want to say, Kalari, thank you so much. Yes, we're still live. And where are you still driving around? Where are you, woman? Get your ass over here. Look at her popping up. Oh, you still live? I'm going to come over and watch. She's been to a meeting.
We covered. I learned about new people tonight, Bridge.
Yeah, I introduced her to some of the other people. Anyway, we're gonna go. You're too late, Bridge. Anyway, Kalari, thank you so much for coming on, and you are always welcome. Whenever you want to come on, just appear, and that when I put the link up, just jump on, and you'll be always welcomed.
Thank you. Thank Edna. Thank Bridge so much. Like I said, it's going to be hard for me for a bit to feel comfortable in other spaces, but it does feel good to know that there's a space that I can just be in and we can actually have conversations. We're not going to be arguing back and forth. There's not going to be screaming and yelling. I just like the calmness and I just want to have fun. So thank you for my.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine me and Bridge on a panel, yelling at each other?
No,
it would just be one loud scream, wouldn't it? I mean, what is the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? For God's sake, if you've got something to say, stay calm and say it.
Yes.
I was going to text Bridge earlier and say, Bridge, I need you on tonight to keep me calm because Edna would be spaced out on the sofa. And anyway, I didn't get my answer.
I told you I am on a break. My mind is clear. This is sober Edna.
And to anybody who thinks I'm not a person of my word, I will not. Don't invite me to try to be on panels to get my side or anything weird like that. I am super done with this.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about, you know, and I said about come on Wednesday. And, you know, I said to the girls, you know, I hope Kalari doesn't think that we're just using her.
No.
I worried about that because I really didn't want you to think that.
And I get that. And that's why I don't want this. I don't want people thinking that, oh, they just want to make a name. Oh, they want views. I know from being on panels with you that you wouldn't do that to me. Yeah. And I say the same thing about Hannibal too, because I really have been busy and I felt guilty because I know people had seen me in his chat and people want to speculate why they hadn't seen me in his chat. And I will 100%. People know I have defended this man versus people trying to call him aggressive and everything else. But he understood that, she really is busy.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to make drama when I'm just a nerd trying to get a book done. I don't
I
get it.
can't believe that I spent as much time as I have in girl world. It's like, but the thing is, it's like I don't have a family or what. I mean, I have family, but it's like I can't imagine having a family to take care of and this and the other and blah blah blah, and to be
Exactly.
so involved the way some of these people are.
It's mad.
I
It's
can't.
mad.
I'm first to say it. I don't have the energy. I don't.
No,
I
no.
can't.
Not
Because
anymore. I don't.
it is so negative, and I mean that's one thing I like about the way I've sort of pushed my channel, in that I want to do a lot more true crime, but I do still like to do my live streams because
Yeah.
I've got the girls with me now. We can talk about anything or
Exactly.
nothing, so
And
yeah,
there's
I'm
so
I'm
much we can
happy.
cover on mental health because I really feel like getting it out there
Yeah,
just helps. It really does.
absolutely.
Yes.
And I've spoken about it before, but I think, yeah, it's really important. I mean, I don't mind doing another one
Oh yeah.
because Edna's always happy to talk about it, and Bridge is always driving
Mm.
around. We're going to find out what she
And,
does when she drives around.
and you and
actually.
me, we're gonna have some fun talking economics and stuff, girl. Too. I love it. I
Yes,
really
let's do
do.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because well, let me not get off. We're closing up.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me excited.
yeah, but I don't
Exactly.
mind if you want to do that. I'll just sit and paint a picture or something, and Bridge will just be driving around LA.
We'll make it
Anyway,
fun.
have a
Yeah, because I want to
fantastic.
get into investing. Yeah, I think
Oh
we're gonna hit a
no!
high before next
Oh,
month. They're
oh
talking about,
no!
like,
She's
when it comes to crypto.
I've left that alone. My DMs are full of people. Hey, you hear about this? I'm like, nope, can't do it right now. I am fully
Oh,
invested in the election right now. Because I like to investigate everything.
Oh, do you know what Edna is? You don't realize how happy Edna is that she's
Yeah.
got someone to talk money with.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea, Kalari, because normally me and Bridge shut her down straight away. Like
It's
if
the
she says,
same way
"Oh, I'm
when
doing my
somebody wants
taxes,"
can't even get a word out. I was gonna say
to.
something about taxes when it comes to people, not wanting super chats, but trying to promote their Cash App and their PayPal, because we know what that's about. But people want to talk about grifting. It's like,
no, it's a
Exactly.
land full of hypocrisy. That's what it is. Anyway, girls, let me go, please. It's late.
Yes, I know.
So have a fabulous weekend, you two. And
Definitely. You too.
and I want to say thank you to the chat, and you are wonderful as usual. Lovely to see you all chatting, and I want to wish you all a wonderful weekend, whatever you plan to do or whatever you don't plan to do. But more importantly, you take care of yourselves out there, because trust me, it's a rotten old world. Bye bye for now.